Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Left Off the Map. Now, the first time I ever really took any interest whatsoever in cooking was with my grandmother when she made scones. So it's something that I've made continuously for the last 30 something years since standing by her in her kitchen and learning how to make them. And I'm going to show you how, well, the same recipe I learnt 35 years ago. So in a bowl, you need some self-raising flour. So you're going to add about 2 cups of self-raising flour. And I'm going to add to that a couple of teaspoons of baking powder, just to help sort of with the raising component. A pinch of salt. And then some butter, some cold butter that I'm going to rub in with my fingertips. So about 50, about that much butter, So I'm going to mix this butter in with my fingertips until it sort of resembles breadcrumbs, and then we can start to add our wet ingredients on top of that. Now, wet ingredients are just an egg and some milk. And then we're going to bring it all together with the dough hook on our KitchenAid. I've added my egg and my milk. I'm going to bring it together gently with the dough hook. So just on one, just to sort of start to bring it together, you'll start to get a feel for whether or not I'm going to need to add more milk or more flour. A little bit more flour. One more time. Okay, so I'm now happy with my scone dough. Get it off. Bring it out of our bowl. Okie dokie. So now what we're going to do is sort of push it out until we get the height of scones that we want, and then we can cut out our scones. It's nice and soft, hasn't been overworked. It's exactly what you're looking for when you're making a scone dough. My oven is on 200 degrees, so basically once we cut these, they can go straight in the oven and start cooking, and while that's happening, we're going to make some fresh jam. So I've got in here a couple of punnets of strawberries, which I've just roughly chopped. Some sugar, about 3/4 cup of sugar. Some lemon juice and a pinch of salt. Give that a mix. And that's going to go into the microwave for a 2-minute burst. We're going to do about 6 2-minute bursts. Our scones are done. They can come out, turn that off. And our jam's got another 2-minute blast after this one. Pop them into a tray. Always found that sort of lining a tray with a cloth like this, even just a tea towel, just folding the edges, just helps keep your scones warm. The jam is in a little container that we can serve from. My scones are good to go. Now, I was always taught never cut a warm scone. Always break it apart. Now that is a good scone. Oh, that is a really good scone. Some butter. Now, when you're using good quality butter like this, straight out of the fridge and it's cold, all you want to do is sort of get it almost like it's cheese and put it on there like that and just let it melt with the heat. Then our jam, our fresh made jam, a dollop of fresh made jam on top of that butter. Now, I've cooked so many recipes in my life that there are very few that still give me sort of the real excitement of cooking. For some reason, scones, warm scones with fresh jam is one of those dishes that I absolutely love and could eat every second day and be very, very, very happy. Now, a great little addition that you could add to these scones with jam is some goat's cheese or some goat's curd or some sheep's curd or some sheep's cheese. So we're going to go and see Grandvewe. They make fantastic sheep products which would go perfectly with these scones.
I've been driving through the spectacular Grandvewe region, an area which is known for its apples, and came across the most gorgeous little roadside apple store. So I had to come inside and check it out. Tell me about what you've got going on here.
Well, this is our mate's farm. We've got over 50 varieties of apples here on the farm, as well as some pigs and some sheep and some cattle.
So you've got the ultimate kind of Grandvewe setup.
Yeah, a little bit of everything, and it's all for us. It's all about food.
How many apple varieties do you have on your farm?
So we've got over 50. In addition to eating apples, we grow a number of varieties of cider apples as well. When we first started here and we didn't know anything about growing apples, one of the people who mentored us was Andrew Smith from Willie Smith's, and that's part of the reason why we now grow cider apples for Willie Smith cider.
So you guys make beautiful juice as well?
Yeah, so we press our apples. So we'll only sell apples that are perfectly ready to be eaten.
Yeah.
And anything that we feel like, oh, you know what, it's just a little bit past it, we press it, turn it into apple juice, and so we try to make the most out of everything. And we've also got pigs, so that anything that doesn't make the grade for the juice, pigs love it. And the pigs will come through here and they'll tidy up the orchard when we're finished picking.
I need to taste one of these fresh apples.
Yeah,
My mouth is
yeah.
watering the sound of this fresh, crunchy deliciousness.
There we go.
Oh my gosh, straight off the tree.
Look at that. So there you go, straight off the tree.
Does it get much more fresh than this?
No, it won't.
Oh my goodness, I'm actually salivating.
It won't. Grab one as well.
This is the ultimate Grandvewe experience, a fresh apple straight off the tree. Thank you so much for having me and for chatting with me.
Absolute pleasure, Holly, anytime.
We're in the bush, in the depths of the Grandvewe region. I'm nestled amongst all of these amazing native pepper berries at Tasmanian Pepper Co. Here with Josh, who's going to tell me a little bit more about this fabulous business you've got running here. Josh, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. For 4 generations, our family had apple orchards around the property. Soon after, Dad and my mum began selling up the land, and Abby and myself were lucky enough to buy the last 40 acres off them. We thought we'd try the mountain pepperberry.
Can you show me an example of what your preferred and kind of perfect variety is on the farm? I'd love to see what they look like.
Sure, come with me.
Thank you. Abby, I've just been through the beautiful orchard behind us with Josh, and now some of your incredible products and beautiful products are in front of us. Can you tell me a bit about them?
We sell our whole pepper berries, largely are used for by wholesalers, gin distillers, that sort of thing. But really when it comes to using them at home, and you would have seen the size of some of the pepper berries, they actually don't fit a lot of conventional home grinders. So we tried to help people out a little bit at home by processing and grinding it in bulk. And so our core product is this one here, so Tasmanian Pepper Co ground pepperberry in the shaker. So it comes with a nice tamper-proof seal when you buy it. But basically, pepperberry is used just like black pepperberry, but black peppercorn. So, you know, you're sprinkling it on your eggs in the morning, sprinkling it on steak to rub your meats or fish or through salads. So that makes it nice and easy using it like that. And you can smell, if I grab this here, you can have a smell there and tell me what you think.
Oh my goodness, it's fresh and floral. And
definitely,
amazing.
Definitely not what you get from black peppercorn, isn't it? So you're getting the spice, but then you're getting these beautiful floral aromatics.
We've got a few amazing pepperberry recipes that have already been on the show.
Right.
And not everybody can always find these in the supermarket. So how do you come across it?
So we're at local farmers markets and online. So our online sales have actually been huge, especially over COVID. So a lot of people cooking at home, a lot of people getting bored with their conventional cooking at home and looking to try something different, which this is for a lot of people. So we've got this whole range online and ship internationally. So we're getting a lot of orders from all around the world, which is awesome.
That's incredible. I'm exploring beautiful southern Tasmania. I've been to Tasmanian Pepperco. I have checked out the apples at Old Mate's Farm, and I'm finishing my day at this unique tasting house, unique tasting experience here with you, Ryan. Thank you for having me. This view, this place, it's incredible. What do you guys offer here?
We try to do everything sheep here. So we actually have the sheep on site, we milk the sheep, make the cheese, and then the whey from the cheese we turn into alcohol, and then we also make skincare creams from the milk itself. And now these experiences.
Oh my goodness, I should have asked what you don't do, because clearly you guys are doing everything to do with sheep. That's just incredible.
Thanks.
So what kind of offerings do you have when you come to the Unique Tasting House?
Well, we really tried this year to give everyone more experiences rather than just a tasting room experience with a cafe. We want to give you the whole process. So we now offer a full butter making experience. So you can milk our sheep shearl and then beat the milk, turn it into butter, and you can also do like a gin blending alchemist experience. So we'll give you 30 different botanicals to make your own gin and write your own bottle and take home with you.
Wow, 2 incredible experiences and such a great way to do something totally different on a day out. This isn't the usual table setting when you come to a cafe.
No.
We're about to be making some butter.
Yeah. I thought, you know, you might want some fresh butter made for tomorrow's breakfast.
It's always good to be organised. I may as well make it by hand.
That's it. So it will be a bit of work because we wanted to show you the old world way of doing it. You know, you've got to milk the sheep today, and then you've got to beat your own butter, and then make the butter paddles, and shape your own butter ready to go.
Oh my goodness! Every element.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Kind of rare that Holly comes across a Tasmanian producer that I don't know about, but Tasmanian Pepperco was one that I didn't know about. So Holly brought back some of the pepperberry products that they make, and I'm going to use some of that pepperberry salt in the pork ragu I'm making. So as with all ragus, I'm going to start by making a mirepoix. So I've got my celery, my carrot, and my onion, some garlic as well. So I'm going to dice all this, pop it into my saucepan, saute them off till they're nice and soft. I'm going to cut up my pork shoulder, about 500 to 600 grams, dice that and throw it in as well, and then start to get some colour on all those ingredients. That's enough colour on my mirepoix and my pork, so now I want to add my herbs, some rosemary, fennel seed and pork, awesome combination, some chilli, got a teaspoon of chili flakes, and then some thyme, a couple of sort of sprigs of thyme in there. Give that a stir. Add in our tomato base, a Napolitana, and a little bit of stock to go with that, about a cup. Stir all that together. Lid on. And let that sit and simmer away for about half an hour to 45 minutes. Once that's done, we'll come back and start finishing the dish off. It's been going for about half an hour, so I can take the lid off that. Add in, I need about half a box of casarecci. And then the remainder of our stock. So now we can move on to our salsa verde. So in our little battery-powered KitchenAid, good handful of mint, good handful of parsley, basil, same thing, capers, anchovies, a little bit of red wine vinegar, the juice of a lemon, then salt. I'm going to use the pepperberry salt again that we got from Holly, and then oil, a decent amount of oil. We need the emulsifier to actually be able to work on something. So the vinegar and the lemon juice that we've added in there, and just the natural moisture that's going to come out of the things that we're blitzing, they need to be able to emulsify with the oil. So they're a big teaspoon of Dijon, and that is our salsa verde. So blitz that. So I'm happy with that. Sit that there, that's done. I'm going to keep it in our little blender in case I need to re-emulsify it just before we put it on. All right, just got to wait probably 10 more minutes for our pasta to cook. Remember then last 5 minutes, our lid is going to come off and we're going to bring everything together, and then we're ready to plate up. So to finish off my salsa verde, I've got some more parsley. So I'm going to pop in. And then I've got some macadamias, which is going to do a couple of things. It's going to give it some texture. It's also going to give it that macadamia oil flavour. Turn that off completely. Get a serving spoon. Stir. Now this is a ragu to die for. Something cool and interesting. Normally I use the really fine microplane when I'm grating macadamias. I'm not going to finish this with pecorino or parmesan over the top. I've got the coarse microplane. I'm going to grate my macadamias over the top. There we go. My pork ragu with salsa verde and macadamia. I think it's a great way to end the season of Left Off the Map. So this is the last dish we're doing for Left Off the Map this season. And I want to thank all the people who have watched. I hope you've really enjoyed the season. It's been so much fun to make, and thank you for allowing us into your lounge rooms all over Australia, wherever you are, Monday to Friday. It's been our pleasure and our privilege to do so. A big thank you from me to all the people involved, especially Alex, our cameraman, Charlotte, our editor, Simon, our executive producer, Ideas Bank, our post-production team, and of course, my family, Sally, Charlotte, and Jack. Thank you so much for all the support that you give me and the show. Before we say goodbye for the season, I just want to talk about calibrating your KitchenAid. So your stand mixer can be calibrated. If you've noticed that when you lower the head, that the clearance between the bottom of the bowl and the paddle is kind of a centimetre, which means you're not going to be scraping the bottom of the bowl, you're not going to be scraping the outside of the bowl. You can calibrate that. So if you open or lift your head up, take your paddle or your balloon whisk off, you'll end up, there's a little screw that's in the hinge here. And as you twist that screw, you'll lower the head. So twisting it clockwise, like so. That's spot on. So we've now got it to a point where we know we're working our way around the bottom of the bowl, and we're also working our way around the side of the bowl. So we've got a nice calibration for mixing everything inside that bowl. So that's the way in which you can calibrate your KitchenAid to make sure the paddle or the balloon whisk is fitting snugly inside your bowl. So a great way to finish this season, a nice little neat trick. If you've ever wondered, how can I calibrate my KitchenAid at home so I'm scooping everything off the outside of the bowl and making sure I'm getting everything from the bottom of the bowl, that little calibration is the way to go. All right, see you next time.